up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, I'd like to give you guys my thoughts on Expedition Bigfoot Season 2, Episode 2. Now, just to recap. I liked Season 1 of Expedition Bigfoot. I thought it was fun. I thought that it was a nice change of pace to see a data-driven, scientific approach to Bigfoot, and I really just thought that, hey, maybe we have ourselves a legitimate expedition going on here. That's actually out, maybe not to prove that Bigfoot exists, but they're just out to find out why Bigfoot exists. And then, Episode 1 of Season 2, I thought was a decent setup. They set up some mysteries, they set up some storylines for the season, for the expedition, and I thought it was a decent setup. And I reviewed Episode 1 of Season 2. And then a bunch of you commented and just burst my bubble. Yeah, burst my balloon. And you know, just commented that Season 1 was a hoax, Season 2 is going to be more of the same. Gave me some reasons why. I did some research, and while I didn't find anything that 100% said that it was a hoax, there was definitely some red flags up there, and some of you seem like you really know what you're talking about as far as whether or not this is a hoax. So I've decided that I'm going to approach this as entertainment. I'm going to approach this as entertainment. And if they find something, it's going to be national news. It's going to be national news. And I'll be able to say, hey, I was watching it. I was watching it. And if they don't find anything, then you know what? Maybe it was a hoax. But hey, if I was entertained, it's okay. So I appreciate all of you writing in after my Episode 1 of Season 2 review. I read every single comment, and I was a little disheartened. But hey, that's life, right? Sometimes you just have to have the illusion broken for you so that you can be a little more informed moving forward, and I definitely appreciate that. So was I entertained by Episode 2? Not really. Not really. They did more of the same in this episode. You know, that they're out exploring, they're out making the they're out doing their calls, talking to locals, using the FLIR cams to see if they can get heat signatures. And really it was more of the same. I didn't feel like they're breaking any new ground here. Let's assume for a minute that this is a legitimate expedition, that they're not hoaxing. Even if that was the case, I still feel like there's not a lot of ground being broken here. All right, they got you know, they got something on the FLIR that looked like it was stalking some deer, and then the deer realized it was there, and then it took off, or it disappeared, or whatever you want to say that it did. It retreated. You know, I've never seen anything move on FLIR like that. Well, you don't really know that because it looked like a blob. It looked like that could have been anything. That could, and that was the story of this episode. Was they were at a spot where on the road where Bigfoot had been known to cross, and they got something on the heat cam, and they were looking at it, and they were kind of chasing it, and they found it again, and then they lost it again, and then they found it again, and we got the whole, well, I don't know anything in the woods that can move like that. Well, you really don't know how it was moving because it was just a blob. It could have been anything. It could have been multiple of things. So, yeah, I'm more interested. FLIR cams never really get me too excited. You know, the heat signatures never really get me too excited because it literally could be anything. You know, it could be another animal. It could be one of your own crew members out there taking a leak. It could be anything. And, you know, FLIR cams never really, even before you guys burst my bubble and took down the veil of illusion, even before that, I never really got too excited about heat signatures because they really can be anything. What gets me excited is footprints, hairs, footage of the creature. Those are the things that get me excited, and there was really none of that in this episode. You know, no footprints, no just nothing really of note. No new footage that we haven't seen before. There's nothing that really excited me. So this was only through day 3 of a 17-day expedition, so I'm really hoping that they are able to uncover some cool footage or some tracks or something like that, where the person inside me that is holding on to the idea that this could be a legitimate expedition, where I can say, okay, maybe this is real. But, you know, that doesn't mean even if it is all hoax, that doesn't mean it can't be entertaining. You know, I never expect Josh Gates to go out and find the Jersey Devil, but I'm entertained by it. You know, I never expect Josh Gates to go out and find Chupacabra, but I'm entertained by it. I never expect the guys on Ghost Adventures to get good footage of a fully formed vapor, but I'm entertained by it, by the attempt. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Is, you know what, I can be entertained by the personalities, the characters. I can be entertained by the process of going out and looking for something. And like I said, if it's not a hoax and they find something, then great. If it is a hoax, then at least entertain me. So that's where I'm at on episode 2. I was not horribly entertained by it. Nothing really happened of note that got me excited. It was fun seeing them stumble upon a local who they had wandered into his property, and here once he got on camera, he was all like, "Oh yeah, I've heard noises." I mean, the second you realize you're on camera, yeah, I've heard noises, man. Now put me on TV. Yeah, this wasn't a great episode. So, like I said, I really liked season 1. So I'm really hoping that they're able to catch some of that energy that season 1 had and bring back the entertainment value of it. You know, they found some old mines, and I like mine exploration. So let's get some robots down there and explore these mines. Alright guys, so that's my take on Expedition Bigfoot Season 2, Episode 2. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the Yoki Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.